Good morning and welcome back to the Wake Up and Be Wealthy show. I am here with fitness and nutritionist expert Allison. We're so excited to have you on.
I'm so excited to be here.
I feel like we've been in each other's worlds for many years now, but I love that we're getting closer and closer. I'm here for it.
Me too.
So today we there's like such a very important topic to talk about. So turn up your volume. We're talking how to prioritize your self-care so you can crush your business goals. I love that they get to be a both and.
Yes, that's so important.
So how do we actually prioritize ourselves?
So I think what first needs to happen, which I know women are particularly bad at, is really creating boundaries and really prioritizing your time, which in essence is going to help prioritize your self care. And that means carving out, it can even be little pieces of time before work, during work, after work. But I think it's really important that you need to manage your energy because I know for me, by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I am like drained. I am dying. So looking at ways to kind of recharge the batteries, I think is so important.
Yeah, we always say we don't have enough time, but I really think it comes down to energy at the end of the day.
Yes, yes. And we all have the same 24 hours, right? It's how we use those and how we show up for those.
Yes. So, what are some like easy, quick hacks that no matter if we've got a day job or full-time entrepreneur that we can like re-energize to take care of ourselves and crush our goals?
Yes. And so I have a full time corporate job and a side hustle and the family. So I have sort of kind of made it my mantra to find a way to make sure that I always show up at my best. And the way that I do that is before I even log on, I make sure that I meditate for 5 to 10 minutes, clear the brain, kind of clear the monkey mind, sit in silence, super hard, but so beneficial. And then what I'll also do is just carve out 10 minutes throughout the day to just take walks, step away from your computer, get outside of your house. I happen to have a dog, a rescue that I love that has helped me with that. But if you don't have a dog, just carve out that time and go take a walk and step outside. It will do wonders for you.
I would agree with that. After like a walk, I have so many like creative ideas. My energy levels are up. My happiness is like exploding. Like it doesn't even have to be a long walk. Like a walk one time around the block can be huge.
I totally agree. And I think the one rule though we need to, which I try to follow, is leave your phone at home. Don't
Mm,
walk and stroll. Do not
yes.
try to multitask. Take in the weather, take in the sights, the sounds. I think it's super important to be mindful.
I love that. And I did a leadership training years ago, and I loved when you said like I strive to show up my best because that's what they talked about of like your clients deserve your best, and even your day job deserves your best. And they were saying how like even taking 5 minutes to do some jumping jacks can be huge. And like in desperate times, I have done that. I'm like, all right, like it's time to get my head in the game, like give my all, and know that I'm gonna show up big and powerful and then have some downtime.
Yes, I love that. And I also think it's super important to show up as your best for yourself. I think women don't have enough self compassion and cut themselves slack, right? Be your own best friend, cheer yourself on, and have grace with yourself if things aren't going as they should.
I love that. And I used to pack my schedule full to like maximize my time, but to your point, I would end up like we would be at family time and I would be drained. Like I can't even describe the level of drainage I would have. It was just so empty. And I like make time to eat lunch now and take breaks, and it makes a world of a difference.
I agree 100%. I think less is more. I think we all think the more that we do, the more that we get done, which okay, it might be true, but at what cost, right? At what cost of your mental health, your physical health, your well-being. So I think it's really important to prioritize what's the most important thing to get done today.
So obviously you've got a lot going on. You've got the corporate job, you've got the side hustle, you have a family, you take care of you. How? Like how? Like are you a
Yeah,
vampire? Like
I know.
what is it? Like tell us like give us like a rundown of like your day or your week. Like give us your tips.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna tell you my tip, and I'm a morning person. I know a lot of people aren't. So whether you're a morning person or a night person, find that intentional time that is just for you. So for me, that is first thing in the morning. My family is still asleep. Yes, I wake up at an ungodly hour at like 5. From 5 to 7, I'm working out, I'm doing yoga, I'm meditating, I'm journaling. If you're into woo-woo, I pull some oracle cards, see what the universe has in store for me. Those 2 hours are so critical to just setting the foundation for my day. So it doesn't have to be 2 hours, I know that's a lot of time. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 40 minutes.
I think you start to crave that too because of the feeling that it creates. So, like, I'm not a morning person either, but I do similar things. And, like, when I don't do them, I feel significantly different. Like, and then my brain's like, okay, we don't like this. So let's go back to the original plan.
It's so true. Like on vacation, you're totally out of your routine, out of your element. I'm like, oh, I need my intentional time.
Yes. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I am definitely an extrovert.
Okay, okay. So I'm an introvert, so like I need that like respite time of like no one talk to me like cuz I'm out and about all day long, so like that time also helps me like recharge and reset too.
Yes, and I think that might be a fallacy about extroverts is that we're always on and going and want to be around people, but I think we also do need that just
Yeah,
alone time and not being on, quote unquote, on and around people. So yeah, I think we definitely all need that.
I love that. Well, and with the holidays coming up, it can get very stressful and we can lose sight of like our health and fitness. Like what are some tips to make sure we prioritize ourselves when it's even more crazy with, all of the holidays coming up.
Yeah, I think it's really important to establish your own personal non-negotiables. So what is something that is a do or die? For me, it's definitely meditation. Like if I had to pick out of the 2 hours of all the stuff I do in the morning, meditation would be number one for me. So no matter where I am, I try to make sure that I do that every single day. So I think it's really important. Like what grounds you? What's your foundational non-negotiable that is your go-to?
I love that. So, on the topic of meditation, what are your tips?
Yes. So everyone always thinks they're doing it wrong or like tried it, doesn't work for me. There is no way to do it right, but I would highly recommend downloading a free app like Insight Timer, Headspace, Calm. Start with guided meditation, start for 1 minute, build up to two or three, build up to five. And you'll find it's really just acknowledging thoughts and letting them go. There's no wrong way to do it. It's really, it takes a lot of practice, similar to any like workout, right? The sets and reps, it's really just getting into a cadence and a routine and being open to it. So you'll find it's a game changer in terms of how you deal with stress, how reactive you are, how emotional you are. It really regulates all those things.
Yes. Years ago, I read that a 20-minute meditation is the equivalent of like 4 hours of sleep. It's something like that. It's close to that. And I was like, what?
Yes, and it physically changes your brain, like the matter in your brain. What else is changing your brain like that?
Yeah. And I love that you don't have to do it for a long period of time. I know I could get better at meditating more consistently because I always do feel better. It's making that time. And I think women feel so guilty when it's something for them. What
Yes.
do you tell your clients when it's that
Yes.
that block is happening?
I always say that you cannot fill up anyone else's cup unless your cup is filled. And that could be taking care of little kids, taking care of aging parents, taking care of a significant other. Like aren't going to bring your best self forward if you are not taking care of you. So get rid of the guilt. I know I've suffered from mom guilt. I still suffer from it. Let it go and just know, it's like I know they always talk about the oxygen mask on airplanes, right? Take your oxygen first, then give it to someone else. It's the same with your well-being.
I love that. Well, and what helps me too is like my business is going to benefit from me taking care of myself. So I kind of trick my brain of like, this is for my business and it's going to help me make more money. And that helps me want to do it more.
Yeah, for sure.
So whatever it takes to make it happen because we get to be a priority. And I preach like, let's not struggle on the way to our goals. Like, you don't win a gold medal, building your business and burning yourself out in the process. Like, let's feel good throughout the whole journey.
Yes, I love that. And it's funny that you say that you feel that way about business. I feel that way when I talk to clients on the health and fitness journey, that it should not be torture and painful. It should be an enjoyable journey.
We're going to do it more too, right? Like
Hmm.
we're going to lean into the thing more when it feels good. So,
Yes.
it's important.
Yes, for sure.
I love that. So where can people find you and connect with you? What do you have going on? Tell us all the things.
All the things. So you can find me. My website is AllisonJacksonFitness.com. I'm also on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all the places. Same name, Allison Jackson Fitness. And I'm excited. In September, we were talking about mindfulness and meditation. I'm actually launching a brand new group membership on a mindful eating mentorship. So
Ooh.
less about tracking, more about mindful eating.
Ooh, I love that. That is awesome. So good. And my favorite question to ask all of our guests is, what does it mean to you to be wealthy?
For me, it means having alignment with my health, my family, and just my overall well-being. Because I always say healthy is wealthy, because if you don't have your health, nothing else really matters.
I love that. That's so good. Well, follow Allison. You will not regret it. Reach out to her. She's got a juicy opt in the show notes as well. So thank you so much, Allison.
Thank you for having me.